At what point do you? Is there a certain point where you had a kind of focus on the environment and the world versus just business? Was there a spot where it's like, you know?
If you go way, like quite far back in the book, when I was younger, when I first went to Egypt, because I was there on and off for 5 years. And I was in Venezuela before that, and I saw, environmental degradation, oil everywhere. It was just horrible. And in Egypt, I saw the same thing on the Red Sea. And when I flew over with the helicopter pilot, and I flew, and he told me to take pictures, which I did. I was, blown away. But his statement that he made, the pilot Johnny, before we even took our first helicopter flight, he was standing in the desert, and there's like 2 helicopters on this pad in the middle of nowhere. And he waddled out. He was a big guy, and he waddled out, and he says, I know what you're trying to do, but do you really think it's going to make a difference?
Yeah.
And I was in my early 20s at the time, and I thought, hell, I'm going to make a difference. I can make a difference. Mm-hmm. But that resonated me forever after that.
Right.
And I always wanted to make some kind of a difference. And if somebody's telling me that I'm doing something and it's not going to make a difference, well, that gets me even more motivated.
Yeah, exactly.
So, so I owe a lot, to that statement that he made, because he kind of, he kind of pushed me and said, I appreciate what you're doing.
Right.
But I really don't think you're making a difference. Have you seen what it's like out here? Like, you can't change this.
Yeah. And so you kind of had a twofold thing, I guess, from the business standpoint, the products to help save the environment, but also, on a larger level, wanting to make an impact, positive impact,
right,
globally. So
and then I know, and so then I had the business where we were doing a lot of business around the world, mostly outside of North America, equipping like oil companies and navies and coast guards with response equipment, oil spill response equipment, which would be on standby. It's like having a fire extinguisher in your house. You've got it on standby. That's our equipment. It's on standby, right? And they use it for training and hopefully never have to use it. Unfortunately, they use our equipment quite a bit.
Yeah.
So making a difference, there was the making a difference. So I had the business because I was still working for my father's company then when I was working in Egypt.
Right.
And then when I came out and started AquaGuard, we had all these clients that I had met all over, from Venezuela to Malaysia to you name it. I was doing emergency planning for, but they needed equipment and they needed help.
Right.
And so therefore, when we started AquaGuard, I had a little bit of a client base that I could build on from there to help. And it was all about helping them. And then when I was able to do the journey around the world, we're kind of water people. I've always been a scuba diver, and then I got into surfing. When I turned 40, I started surfing, but I love surfing, and always around the water. And
I guess with skiing, it's
skiing,
it's frozen water.
Frozen
right?
water, and then skiing in the mountains. Yeah, there's all this skiing. It's all this stuff. And it was always my way of getting away, right? Getting a break to clear my head. I'd climb a mountain, and I would clear my head. I'd go surfing, clear my head, come back with hopefully fresh ideas.